Your boy Jet Black One Only here with
Ethan Bradbury.
and we're trying to continue where we left off, and Jank here has ended up receiving an important phone call in the middle. I'm actually very curious what was the last thing they saw.
Probably you going like, us going like, oh, you have a phone call. And like,
Oh, like the what?
you were answering your phone call. It was probably the thing.
I'm not so sure. I'm wondering if, like, during the course of the phone call, if it's just black screen.
And you like, yeah.
So I need to make this not say episode 4. This is the second time I've done that.
Episode 3, part 2.
Yeah. Not to be confused with episode 3, part 1.
Not to be confused with episode 4.
Not to be confused. True. Yo, Nerd Taker,
Ooh.
welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Sorry, I ended up getting a phone call in the middle of the last one, which caused some issues. So, episode 3, part 1, I want to see, like, if it actually closed out when we thought it did. It looks like it did. No, this is the failed take.
Yeah.
Yes, we still don't know where the other one went off.
That's because we'll never know.
Never know. Here's part 1. Yeah, because part 1, this is like 19 minutes.
Oh.
And we just still don't know. Okay.
Okay.
So give them a quick recap of what had happened before the phone call.
So basically, I rolled and I woke up at like 8:30 and I had a class at 10. Or I woke up at 8 and I had a class at 10:30.
Yeah, you woke up at 8 and you had a class at 10:30. Nerd Tanker asked, wait, are we doing it for real? Yeah, this is a Jank Heroes thing. We're doing it right now.
Yeah. I'm starting like my first campaign thing, so this will be my intro into it. So we did that, and then you asked me what I was gonna do, and I have like my job because I have $7, so I was hoping to make a little more money. And so the thing I do, I'm like a freelance baby drowner. So I have a crate of babies that I like have to drown. So I was bringing them down the stairs, and I was like, I'm Ethan Bradbury, and my neighbors were like, keep it down, and I was like, I'm drowning babies, and they were like, we're gonna call the cops on you, and I was like, don't. And they were like, okay, but seriously. And then I was explaining that it was like a child care thing, that like if you scream that you're going to be drowning two babies, it actually helps them to rest, and it helps to like give them a nice, like, nutritious, balanced breakfast. So I was trying to tell my neighbor that they should really read up on some material for new parenting, because they didn't know what they were talking about.
Nerd Tanker said, all right, I need a ship. He yells that over your subspace communicator. And Scavenger says, greetings and salutations. He also says that over your subspace. Like, live chat is subspace communicator. There are other heroes talking to you.
Greetings, guys. The difficulty is I can't get you a ship right now because I'm about to get in my shitty Honda Civic and drive a mile to the nearest lake and drown these babies. I wish I could help you get a ship, but I don't know where I would get a ship at a lake in a Honda Civic with babies.
Oh, here's the thing. Your vehicle is located in your base. Your
Right.
base is at the Springdale blank.
So I have
You
to-
are at Springdale Apartments right now.
So I can't have my shitty... It's a shitty Honda Civic. I couldn't drive it to
Yeah, it's
my
in your
apartment.
base. Well, I mean, it's not at your apartment right now.
But I didn't specify where my base is.
It's at the Springdale blank.
Right.
Yeah.
Which could be in my apartment.
What is the Springdale blank?
Nobody knows.
It's not everywhere. It's not. You can't just say it's wherever I am.
Okay. It's specifically, it's a floating thing that's like invisible.
How are you ever gonna find it? Nerd Tanker said, I thought he was off world. Aiden is not Jared.
I'm not Jared.
Jared's off world.
I'm not Jared.
He's not Jared.
I was Jared.
He was never Jared.
Oh. So there's just a random like ladder that like comes down. It's somewhere in the town, and I'm like, oh, my ladder to my base.
Well, where's your ladder?
Right in front of my apartment.
So right in front of Springdale's apartments, where like everyone lives, is a ladder that leads directly to your base. It doesn't sound sneaky at all, but okay.
But the thing is, it has a thing to where like if you touch it, it'll electrocute you. cents for people who drown babies.
So all you have to do is have had drowned a baby.
No, it has to be your profession to actively seek out and drown babies for money. If that's not your daily profession.
Nerd Tanker says on his time off, he guards the entrance.
Okay, that works. I mean, heck, you're at the apartments. Why not? You know. I guess everybody does if they're just hanging out. Most people are sleeping though. My guards kind of suck at that.
Andre Ruiz said hi
Hey.
over your subspace communicator.
Hi. Is it a watch?
Yeah.
Hi.
So you're in a very interesting situation right
Yeah.
now. So you try and claim that like you're doing better parenting practices, and they're like, oh, so I'm also gonna call the police for child abuse. So they pull out their cell phone and they walk into their apartment and close the door.
Continues to walk down the stairs with my crate of babies.
With your crate of babies. Yeah, Kirby, welcome to the streams. Good to have you.
So I have to walk a mile with a crate. No. If my thing is, okay, yeah, so I'm going to go and, like, get my ladder, and then I'm going to climb up the ladder with the crate of babies.
How are you going to climb a ladder with a crate of babies?
One hand and one hand. It's going to be really weird, but I'm going to do it.
Andre Ruiz asked over your subspace communicator if you could dab. You're currently holding a crate of babies. So as you're going down the stairs of Springdale Apartments, at the bottom floor is a diner,
Mm-hmm.
and you're holding a crate of babies.
Mm-hmm.
The person at the diner is like a bat, like a humanoid bat,
Okay.
and like serving waffles and shit.
Pretty cool. Is that like a canon thing?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so then I decide to do a 2-for-1, and I walk up to the humanoid bat, and I say, hey, I just got this shipment in for the back. I need to go and deliver.
Sorry, we're experiencing some connection issues and lag. So you said that you needed to send us some stuff to the back.
Right. I'm going to tell him over my communicator real quick that I need to do something.
Said, I run and give Winslow an infinite blunt and then run away. Punky can run at 20 miles per hour.
Thank you.
I don't know how quickly you would
Yeah,
get
I don't
there.
know.
Yeah, like, just because you go 40 miles per hour doesn't mean you're like, zip, zip. Yeah.
But I mean, I appreciate it. But I have the ability to convince anyone of anything I want.
But then, I mean, he can run really. Oh, you're talking about the bat.
Yeah,
You're just
the
going to
bat guy.
convince him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I tell him.
Well, then you use a power. Mark
Okay.
that.
Okay. I don't know how to mark it.
Go to your sheet. Go to the sheet you can edit.
I thought I had it up. Wait. I like minimized. Oh, fuck me.
Looks like we got some.
I got it. Okay. So would just put like a check mark next to it?
Put a slash next to your power usages, which is at the top. A slash. Next to the number, preferably. Put 14 on the other side. The one on the right side is how many you currently have.
Okay.
So you use your power to convince the bat that you do need to deliver the crate of babies into the back.
Yes.
So another person in the diner, right, who's eating waffles, is like a sentient frog man goes, whoa, 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 whoa. What are these waffles made out of? Like, like he stops, the diner stops, everybody looks like towards you.
Right.
You're clearly trying to deliver a crate of babies into the back of the diner, and because the bat's under your influence, he's like, yeah, go in the back. So a lot of people are pulling out their phones right now.
And I look at all of them and I say, without using the power, I just say, you need to take it up with that guy. I'm just the delivery person. Don't shoot the messenger. And I continue into the bat.
Nerd Tanker over Subspace asks, do you need any weapons?
No, I appreciate it. Not at this moment. I'm trying to not go in hot with this. I've already had like several authorities called on me, so I'm just trying to drop these babies off and get on with my day. I'm not trying to attract any more attention.
Kirby said, I would buy something from you, Tanker, if I was on the same planet.
It's all problems. It's all.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like in the back now.
Yeah, so now you're like in the back of the restaurant. You see a bunch of like sentient humanoid animals like cooking waffles and picking oranges off bushes in the back.
Yeah. Do any of them have like a pot of boiling water by chance?
To make hard-boiled eggs.
Okay. Starts dropping babies into the hard-boiled egg water.
So the cook goes, "Whoa, whoa," and pulls out a phone and starts calling the authorities.
The whole staff and using another power to the whole staff, because that's part of my thing. Any one or group. I look at the whole staff and I say, keep doing what you're doing. This is a normal, everyday thing. I'm the chef, and if anybody tries to come in here and stop me from drowning these babies, y'all need to stop them because they're interrupting important diner business.
13. Roll a d20. Just one. You have 11 babies in that crate. Roll another d20. Nerd Tanker is walking into the diner.
Okay, thank you. If for whatever reason people start coming into the diner, will you help me to stop them? Because I'm trying to get my job done. I'm trying to make a little bit of money. Wait, so how much money do I get per baby? Because if I have 11 babies.
Hold on. Roll a d20.
Okay.
The pot can only hold 5 babies.
Drops 5 babies in, has 6 left.
Scavenger said, wait, where are we at? He's currently at Springdale Apartments. The bottom floor of the apartment building has a diner. He's in the back of the diner trying to drown babies into a pot of boiling water that's meant for hard-boiled eggs. Nerd Tanker is also in the diner. On his off time, he guards the Springdale Blank, which is a floating island-style thing that has a ladder that drops down from the sky where you can climb it. But you can't climb it if you aren't a professional baby drowner. You get electrocuted instead.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that.
So you only get 6 babies into the water?
I get 6?
Sorry, 5.
I was like, yes.
Like you like stram one in.
I'm like mashing them down. Jeez.
Scavenger said like Kami's Tower, but worse.
Yes.
So definitionally, this isn't drowning. Says like one of the chefs. Like clearly these babies are being boiled. You said it. You said if anyone comes in to stop me from drowning these babies.
But they're also they're babies. So like you put them in any water where they can't breathe or get out, they're drowning.
But this is boiling.
But they're also
no drowning. One being thrown into a boiling thing of water would people say that guy drowned to death. Like.
But they are technically at the same time they're boiling alive, drowning to death because their faces are under the water, and the babies aren't like I'm gonna hold my breath.
The chefs are just kind of like,
I'm like, wait a second, you're under my control. I don't know why you were like giving me all this sass.
You told them one particular thing. Don't, yeah, like you didn't say don't judge me, nigga.
Okay. Also, don't judge me. Wait, I can deal with a little bit of sass. I guess I'm not gonna use a power on that.
Scavenger said, Winslow, do you have a secret? Nerd Tanker said, I question why he's drowning babies.
It's my job. It's my job to professionally. I'm like a freelance baby drowner. I just on the reg for money. People hire me to drown babies.
Roll 1d20. You get $3 per baby drown.
Okay.
So right now you have 15.
Yeah, and I could get a total of $33. That's not too bad. That's not too bad for heinous murder.
Scavenger says it is your job.
Yeah.
But of course you gotta like claim that money.
So I have to go and find the people who gave me the 11 babies.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you gotta like report like, hey,
can I
do
it through my subspace communicator?
Subspace is like for talking to like other heroes or like the police. Nerd Tanker said, okay.
Why would I want to talk to the police? I
because
literally
most people are
babies for a
superheroes.
business.
That's why you have subspace communicators. That's why you're talking to superheroes on your subspace communicator. Scavenger over his subspace communicator said, I was going to make a joke about Casey Anthony, but I chose not to.
You could. So yeah, I do my.
So unless there are superheroes
right.
hiring you to drown babies.
Is there a sink? Is there a sink?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're like a kitchen of a
plugs up the sink and starts
with
filling
what?
it with water. A rag.
One rag isn't gonna stop a sink that's in a kitchen.
They don't have like a little thing to do the sink, like to fill the sink with water?
Like a plug?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The plugs the sink with the plug.
That makes a lot of sense. I don't know why you try to rag it. Scavenger asked over Subspace Communicator, what kitchen doesn't have a sink?
The diner? So yeah, that's what I do. I like fill it with water. How many babies can that hold?
Roll a d20.
Can I roll it again? Because it's the same.
Yeah. You can hold 12 babies.
I should have done that to kill. Takes the babies out of the boiling water.
How so?
Pours the whole container into the filled sink. And
do you do anything before you grab it?
Puts on oven mitts.
Good idea. Okay.
It's a huge sink. It is. It really is.
It was a lot of baby.
Yeah.
You put on oven mitts, you grab the thing, and you pour it into the sink. What about all the other babies you have?
Gets my crate, pours the rest of them in.
Is there enough water for, like, water to baby ratio? Or are there just babies on top of it?
It can hold 12.
But you only poured, like, the hard-boiled eggs thing of, like, baby's amount of water in there. You never said you ran the sink. Like, is there enough water to drown all these babies?
Pours that and then continues to run the sink until it's full with 12 baby amount.
Let's see. Nerd Tanker said, or small babies.
That's true. But then I could have dropped them in the water in my Dasani, like I said earlier.
Kirby said it's actually a TARDIS sink. You have no idea. Nerd Tanker said yes. Then Scavenger said, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You said until it was full.
What's up, Matt?
Do you ever stop? Oh, we're streaming that.
Yeah.
Do you ever stop running it? Also, Matt, do you want to
Yes.
sit on his campaign?
I mean, I don't have my character sheet yet.
Oh, I see.
I mean, you have my character sheet yet.
I do?
Yes.
Not
Fills
with
it
me.
I know.
Dang.
Fills it up to the max brim and then stops.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's just a bunch of baby cries being stifled by bubble water. He drowns babies.
For a living, and I get paid $3 per baby. It's not an economical business, but it's a living.
Scavenger over. Damn, I really wish I had your subject. They're like talking to you now, like. So.
Yeah, blame Jed. It's all Jed's fault.
Why don't you just keep your sheet with you?
Because why would I do that?
Jared does it.
Gerard has this sheet with you.
Do you want to get like in the video?
No.
Let's see. Scavenger asked, "Can you have a sock puppet?"
No.
Okay. So continuing. So you've drowned a bunch of babies, or at least they're in the process of drowning.
Yes.
Kirby said, "Why did I do this?"
Yeah, it's your fault.
It's definitely Mr. Hand's fault.
Oh, okay, so that's another thing. I'm gonna get like the biggest tray that they have and like set it on top of the sink, so that it's like covering the sink, so that the babies can't get out.
Okay.
Just to make sure, so I don't have to sit there and wait for them to drown.
I'm not sure how a tray would.
Cause it's like
It
big.
just adds a covering. Babies can't swim.
Right.
Okay.
Just making sure. I'm just making sure nothing happens.
Scavenger said he fills the kitchen with pot smoke. How'd you get in the kitchen? How'd you get in the diner?
Not only that, I told people
He's in
to
the back of the
specifically stop
diner.
people
Yeah,
who
and he
come
told
in.
people to stop people from coming into the diner. Nerd Tanker said, I tell Winslow that I sense danger.
And I reply with good.
What? It's like danger for the babies, right?
Yeah.
Mark down that you use 1 power usage than Nerd Tanker. Scavenger said, I'm God tier speed. You can go 20 miles per hour. I know that's a lot, but that doesn't make you like the Flash.
We're getting
I mean,
close to,
as far
we're
as
getting
your
close
universe
to,
is
like,
concerned,
time.
it sort of
We gotta,
does, Jed.
we
gotta
gotta keep
move through
rolling.
the story. Yeah.
Nerd Tanker
So-
said, I will.
So I do that, and then I like make sure the babies are drowned, and I leave the diner through the back.
Oh, I think I know
It's
what
like-
happened.
Yeah.
Scavenger's character, he probably could have ran there depending on when he woke up that morning, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why he's going to the apartments.
Yeah.
Then he has his infinite blunt, so he probably didn't just fill the like back of the diner with smoke. He probably just filled the whole diner with smoke, and everyone's fucked up, which is why no one would stop him. And now he's in the back.
Yeah.
Also gotta love when everybody supports these baby killers.
Yeah, of course.
So you said you're trying to leave through the back?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I leave through the back, and then I like walk around the building to go to my ladder.
Okay, you're going to the ladder.
Okay, and I climb up the ladder and get to my base and get in my car.
Your car's in the sky.
Right.
Kirby said this is where my mask idea would be great. True. He wants everyone to have masks so they don't get fucked over. Scavenger said I'm going to mark that as 1 power usage. Okay.
Awesome.
So how do you drive off of this floating island thing that has a ladder?
I just drive straight off.
You're going to drive straight off.
I didn't say how high it is.
Winslow.
It could be like that.
No. It has to at least be taller than, like, the building. Like, higher up.
Okay. So then, ooh, I have an idea. Okay. So then I become like a giant bird and I like lower my car off of the thing.
Where do you find a giant bird?
I become a giant bird.
But your power is to transfer consciousness to things. Where is the thing that you...
I use my subspace communicator to call a giant space bird.
There are no giant space birds currently on duty.
Okay, so then, ooh, alright.
Let's see. Kirby said, or at least a helmet would be nice for everyone to have.
Okay, what about this?
He said at least Scavenger didn't turn your shoes into mud. Nerd Tanker did.
True.
Scavenger said Kirby and Tanker should go to Home Depot and get filter masks.
True. Okay, so what about this? I go up the ladder and I push my car off, and then I transfer my consciousness to the grass, and I grow the grass really, really quickly so that it like softens the blow of the car.
Transferring your consciousness to the grass doesn't give you the power to make grass grow faster.
Okay.
That's like if you transferred your consciousness to a baby,
okay.
and the baby like became a teenager because you wait.
Okay. So then,
Winslow, it doesn't work where you can just like keep saying things and I tell you how they fail. Like one of those things happens and then you just do fail.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I guess I just push the car off the thing.
And you don't do anything else? You just push the car.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do that.
Why not?
Because you would transfer your consciousness to grass and try to make it. And I'll allow that. Please mark off 1 power usage.
Damn.
You are grass. Your shitty Honda Civic falls through the sky. And roll 2d20.
Okay.
Roll 2.
I mean, which blade of grass is he, Chad?
I'm the whole grass.
He's just all grass.
He distributed it. 2. And you said you picked the right one to be the good die? The fucking shitty Honda Civic 911s in the Springdale apartments.
Oh, man.
The police are rolling in.
Oh, man.
Because there have been reports of pot smoke, possible baby drowning, possible baby consumption. Springdale apartments, the 5-0 is everywhere.
Right.
And you are grass.
Awesome.
Nerd Tanker on your subspace communicator. I guess it should. Your shit could. I don't. If you're grass, I don't. Yeah, I'm like, is your body just like up there on the blank? And like grass, like you're getting these messages, but you can't fucking read or hear them, cause your body just here. It's just like dead. Fucking.
I have the worst
You
superhero.
pushed a car, and then you just you're knocked out.
I'm the worst superhero. This is amazing. So that's what I do. I'm grass now.
You can't see anything they're saying because you don't have your thing.
I also can't talk because I'm grass now. I transfer my consciousness into a police officer.
Now, wouldn't it be a meme if his last power usage was to transfer into grass?
Use another power to become a police officer?
Okay. Like the chief, though. Like the chief of police.
Okay, he's not gonna be there. He's
The-
gonna be
a
in
car
the he's
not
gonna be in
allowed
the
to-
Springdale
Okay.
Police Department.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, the car thing just happened. They were called for all the other shit.
Okay. So becomes the chief of police.
Oh, I know you can't hear it, but they're saying on your subspace communicator, I'm going to pull out my sword and say, Winslow, you must get out of here.
Yeah,
It's
Winslow's
not
sort
safe.
of brain dead right now.
Yeah, he can't hear you. Kirby said, my idea is that the helmet would have a switch on the outside of it that make a slightly see-through piece of glass that would make you resistant to my grenades and scavenger smoke. Then scavenger over your subspace communicator, because you can't hear, it says, Winslow, you must not kill babies. One of my baby brothers was killed by a baby killer pro.
It was me. So continuing, I become the chief of police, and
You're at the Springdale Police Department. You're sitting at your desk. There's a box of donuts, but all of them are rocks.
Right. It's a box of donuts, but all of them are rocks, so they're rocks.
So they're rocks.
It's a box of
It's
rocks.
a donut box with rocks in it.
Okay. So,
you notice that you're made of rocks.
right. So I get the lowest level, like, entry starting dude at the police station, like the new recruit, and I say, Johnson, come
How do you
eat
know
all
where
these
he is?
donuts. I don't. I just, like, yell out the door.
You just yell out the door, "Hey Johnson, come eat all these donuts." Your secretary goes, and she's made of pink quartz crystal. She turns around and she says, "We don't have an Officer Johnson."
Okay. Walks out of the police station and gets in a police car.
Okay, you're made of rock. As you're walking out the police station, someone runs up to you and goes, "Chief, a shitty Honda Civic fell out of the sky and crashed into Springdale Apartments. We're trying to get people out now. It's filled with pot smoke. I'm not sure if this is a drug bust, a cannibalism sting, or a terrorist attack. Something's going on."
And I say, I'm on my way. I'm on it. So I get in the car and I start driving
So,
over there.
you said you get in a police car?
Yeah.
You walk into a police car.
I can't walk into a police car. I have to get into a police car.
Okay, you open a police car door. As you do, you notice that there's no key in there.
Right.
Yeah. Nerd Tinker is fighting? Who are you fighting? Scavenger says, "Wow, I'm going to have to get over there."
Transfer consciousness into the car.
Aren't you at the diner?
All of this is so fucked right now. Okay, so
Nerd Tinker said terrorists. There are no terrorists. He crashed a car. If anything, he's the terrorist. He crashed a car into the Springdale Apartments.
Did I kill all the superheroes then?
No.
They're like all sleeping and I crashed a car and
That's not going to destroy the whole building. You know how many stories that building has?
Okay. So
Scavenger
20
said God
20
tier
exactly.
walking speed.
it has 20 exactly, right? Yeah, because that's how we roll to figure it out. Okay. So
Maybe you guys don't live on higher floors. Maybe it's inconvenient. Maybe it's more expensive. I don't know.
So I try and hotwire the car as best as I can.
Nerd Tanker said people with weapons showed up at the diner. You mean the police?
Also, wait, does that mean that all of the people who were like working at the restaurant are now like people are trying to come
Get in the diner. Oh shit! All the diner workers that he hypnotized would
like
now be
trying
trying
to
to fight the police.
Yeah.
So maybe Nerd Tanker is trying to stop the diner workers that you hypnotized from fucking up the police.
Okay. So I'm like trying to hotwire the car now.
Okay. Roll 2d20.
Okay.
Scavenger said, "You mean the police." Narrator. So you don't know how to hotwire a fucking car. This is very clearly. And Nerd Tanker said, "Yes, the diner
So what
workers."
happens though? Is there a result from me trying to hotwire the car?
Roll 2d20. It turns on,
Awesome.
but you don't know how to hotwire
Awesome.
a car.
So I drive frantically to the scene.
Roll 2d20.
I drive very safely.
That's not what you said. Scavenger said, "But the diner workers should be high." They are high. Speaking of high, so you drive and you hit a kid who's walking through a school zone with your car. And the people around go, people just keep killing kids with cars. I mean, there was a killing a couple days ago. I don't know. Is this Time Traveler? Oh, man. If that's Time Traveler, I could get a $1 million prize. Yo, I'm calling in. I think I saw a Time Traveler sighting. He was in a police car. He names the tags.
I say, fuck this, I'm out. And I like transfer consciousness back to my body that's up in the thing, just leaving the guy in the car.
Roll 2d20.
Awesome.
The car crashes into the school that the kid was going to because you left the driver suddenly back in control of his body, but he had no idea that he was driving a car. I think the chief of police might be dead. Hold on a second. now that you're back in your body, you're starting to see all those messages from before.
Oh man, dual wield special attack.
Scavenger said, but the diner worker should be high. Nerd Tanker said, I throw an extra sword to Scavenger. Scavenger said, from the infinite blunts I threw in there. Nerd Tanker said, since he came to me. Scavenger says, Tanker, now I have 2 swords. Nerd Tanker said, yes. Then Scavenger yelled, dual-wield special attack, as they fight the hypnotized civilians that are also high, that are in the diner, who are fighting the police, who are pretty much just investigating you at this point.
I was just trying to do my job. I don't know. Okay, so I wake up and I get myself off this like platform that I'm on.
How?
I just like push myself up.
Oh, you're just standing?
No, right. I'm not like
No,
leaving
it just jumps off the
platform.
building.
No, I'm not like leaving.
I
the
get
platform.
myself
I'm, like,
off the
standing
platform
up.
I'm on.
My correction. I stand up. I stand up on the platform that I'm still on.
Okay. Roll 1d20.
Falls over off the building.
Oh my fucking god.
There are 6 other people up there.
Okay. Transfers consciousness into a bird.
Roll 2d20.
So what happens if they kill your body?
There were hella birds everywhere. Your consciousness goes into a bird that's flying by, and your body once again goes, just fucking down. So you're a bird now.
Right.
Scavenger said, the swords fuse with my infinite blunts, rolling d20s to see how well it works. What counts as passing? You have a good die and a bad die. You declare that before you roll. If the good die rolls higher than the bad die, then it succeeds. However, that doesn't allow you to just do stuff that's not your powers.
Right.
You can't just say, so the swords and the blunts, and now it's a sword blunt. Like, you can like wrap them around it, and I won't even make that a check. Just do it if you want, but you can't just say like, I fused 2 objects together.
But just do the fusion hot dance.
Scavenger said, but they're magic swords. And I got magic blunts. That doesn't mean they fuse. Plenty of things are magic and they don't fuse. Nerd Tanker said the diner workers have been subdued for now.
Ooh,
I
wait,
believe that.
If there are hella birds, let me use my power to do all the birds.
That's not what you said, though.
Now
You're
it's-
already in a bird. Also, did you take down a power usage for when
No,
you
I
went in one bird? Okay, you're in a bird right now.
Alright, I'm gonna try and get all the birds.
Okay, you mark a power usage.
Fuck me.
You now have not 19, nigga. You have 9. You're in all the birds.
Awesome.
There's like 20 birds.
Now
So
dive
now-
bomb the police officers.
No, I'm gonna use all the birds' combined strength to lift my body and fly me away.
You think 20 birds can lift you?
You didn't say 20 birds. You said
I
hella
literally
birds.
just said 20
You said there are birds
When you
everywhere.
entered the birds, I said you were in 20 birds.
Okay.
Scavenger said, Nerd Tanker, can you make swords that like to fuse with blunts?
But it didn't say
Nerd
what
Tanker
kind of
said,
birds.
I never said the sword I gave you was magic. He says, I don't make the swords, but I can try.
I didn't say what kind of birds though, so they could be like super big birds.
I didn't say what kind of birds, though,
Okay, what
and
kind
they're
of bird?
not super they're normal birds. There's just 20 of them.
Okay, so then I use my flock and I fly away
Where?
to the lake I was
heaven.
trying to go to originally.
The lake?
Yeah.
Sure. It's like a mile away. You fly to the lake. You
Okay.
pass over all the police who are now storming Springdale apartments. There are emergency service vehicles coming up for wounded and shit. Superheroes are arriving to the apartments to help save people.
Actually, real quick, I fly back. I fly
Use your Shadow
back to
Dark
my
Gale
base.
cameo. I'm making
And
video
I
games.
like
I'm wondering what the heck's
use
going on.
I use all the birds to like very slowly drag my body inside my base because I just want my body to be protected.
Can they succeed that? Roll
1 or 2.
2.
And I
No! How the bugger bird's gonna move your body? I don't know.
Guess, and I guess it'd be Marcus, but whatever.
Yeah, that's not working. The
Okay.
birds are not moving.
So then I just fly
Oh,
back
but
to
as
the-
you're trying to move them, you hear stuff over your subspace communicator. Hey. Scavenger said, but you gave Jared an enchanted axe. I guess time traveler, because his name isn't actually Jared. So I thought all of your weapons were enchanted. Scavenger said, lol. Then Nerd Tanker said, not all of them. Then Scavenger was like, oh. Nerd Tinker said that would mean that there is an infinite amount of enchantments, and the scavenger was like, true.
Okay. Okay. So,
The 6 people watch as your body, like, is getting swarmed with birds, and they come over and they're like, no, they're attacking it! And they start hitting the birds. What do you do? Because you are all of these birds.
Right. I go and fly down and what am I gonna do? I escape. I fly away.
You do take some damage.
Okay.
You don't just escape. Roll 2d20. You take 3. It's not that bad. Subtract it from your 42.
So that'd be 30.
I find it such a meme that you describe him as basically being a hero
Remember,
killer and that's going to
42
kill everybody.
slash 39.
And I just see Winslow just memeing everywhere.
Well, he said he was going to try and ruin everyone's experience.
Yeah, and then he just gets completely bodied.
Okay, so I fly away, and
Nerd Tinker said, I'm going to find Winslow. Are you coming, Scavenger? You guys are
You guys
leaving
can't.
right as all the heroes show up to try to, help people. There are people in danger at the apartments.
Right.
There's a fire.
Right.
A Honda Civic crashed into it from the sky. Scavenger said, I attack a random civilian and steal their lighter. I also throw their cigs. They also attacked first. Sure.
But the civilian doesn't have a lighter.
They also
Not everybody's a smoker.
roll 2d20 to see if the civilian that you fought had a lighter. And also roll 2d20 to see if they strike first. It's going to be a Han Solo thing. If they didn't, the police are going to go after you, Scavenger.
So,
Sorry about the lag. We had an issue. Scavenger said, sure, why not? And then Nerd Tanker said, okay, let's find Winslow.
you can't though. Like I'm up in a base.
You're
and
birds. You can't communicate to them right
That's
now.
true. That's
Yeah.
true. Okay.
Nerd Tanker said, roll. It'll take you almost an hour to get there.
In real time.
No.
Oh, okay.
But your class is now 30 minutes from now.
I think there are bigger things going on at the moment. Flies to my class as a flock of birds. No. No. So I go to the baby drowning facility.
What? They're currently discussing their roles for finding Winslow. You can't. That's not how. You don't just roll a single thing and it's oh, I did the entire thing of finding Winslow. He's in such a convoluted place. It's not that easy.
So I'm at the baby drowning facility.
Actually, it is that easy. You guys have subspace communicators. You could find Winslow, but how do you get up there? You can only climb the ladder if you're a professional baby drowner. Back.
So, I'm now at the baby drowning facility, right? Okay, so as a flock of birds. Right, as a flock of birds, I go I single file fly into the
Scavenger, how do you fly? I'm with you.
I fly into the single file as a flock of birds, fly into the air ducts, and I go inside the building, and I start picking up babies, flying them out of the building, and start dropping them in the lake, dive bombing them into the lake, so I can make more.
Roll 2d20 to see if you can lift babies as birds. You failed that. You can't.
Even if I use all my birds to lift.
To lift a single baby,
Yeah.
try.
Okay.
No. Scavenger said, Tanker, do you have Thor's hammer? He said, if so, can you throw us up with Thor's hammer? Nerd Tanker said, I'm going to follow you, Scavenger. Scavenger doesn't know how he's getting there.
Okay, so I'm a flock of birds in this facility.
Mm-hmm. Security has been called because a flock of birds flew into the facility.
I start grabbing as much water as I can as these flock of birds. In water bottles and buckets and whatever.
How
I
are you
can
getting
find.
water bottles and buckets?
As birds. Individual birds are going and pick up. They're spreading out throughout the office and finding them on people's desks and in bathrooms and in
So you're flying all
janitorial
throughout the
facilities.
office?
Yeah.
You are now essentially fighting all the people working in the baby drowning facility,
like,
because
trying to
no one's
dodge
gonna
that.
passively let that happen.
I'm not like.
Then
fighting,
roll
I'm
to see
trying
how well
dodge.
you dodge. You don't. You're essentially fighting all the people in the facility.
Okay.
Roll for damage 3 times.
3 dice or 3?
No, just 3 times. You're just gonna do it. Number of rolls, you can just set it to 3. Okay, so you take 15 minus 4. So you take 11, then you take 2, then you take 12 minus 3.
Wait, but this is on my good one.
No. For damage, you just subtract the biggest number from the largest number. Because you already failed to dodge, but you're fighting like a whole facility of people.
Okay.
That's why you roll damage 3 times.
Okay.
So you take 11 plus 2 plus 9.
11, 13 plus 9 would be, so 22?
You take 22.
Goddamn. Okay, so 39 minus 22 would be 17.
Yeah. You probably don't want to continue this plan.
This is a great plan. Alright, so I leave the baby drowning facility.
Scavenger, you can't climb the ladder unless you're a professional baby drowner. He said it didn't work. That's because you're not a professional baby drowner. You would get electrocuted. Roll 2d20 to see the damage.
Electrocuted.
Sorry, electrocuted, not electrocuted. It doesn't fart lightning bolts on you.
Alright, so I like.
And you subtract the 2d20. Don't take 2 d20s like as a sum. That would be some shit. Highest from lowest.
I leave the baby drowning facility, and
You didn't defeat it. You can leave. I'll let you
I
leave.
left defeated.
Oh, yes, that is so true. You got 16 and 16? Roll again. You didn't get electrocuted. Oh, I took 0 damage. Stop. Roll again. This isn't how it works.
So I leave the baby drowning facility, and I fly to the hospital, to like the newborn like facility.
Nerd Tanker says he doesn't have Thor's hammer. I imagine you wouldn't. Okay, you go to the newborn. Dude, are you trying to die?
No.
You're a flock of birds flying into a hospital straight for the newborn. People are going to hit the birds.
But I'm going to transfer my consciousness. Hold. I'm going to go there, and then I'm going to transfer my consciousness into one of the workers.
Which one?
We haven't arrived yet, have we?
Roll a d20 to see how far away the hospital is from the baby drowning facility. 1d20, 1 roll. It's 11 miles away. It's going to take a little over an hour again.
Okay. So I get there, and then I transfer my consciousness into,
Are you flying above the hospital, or have you flown into the door yet, or what?
above the hospital. I'm, landing on the roof of the hospital.
Okay. From your bird's eye view, roll a d20.
The bird is actually
You see 12
blind.
people.
Okay. I transfer my consciousness into a pediatrician doctor.
What? You saw 12 people down there.
Yeah, one of them wouldn't be somebody who works at the hospital.
Roll 2d20 to see if one of them is a pediatrician doctor.
All of them are pediatrician
Boom.
doctors.
You became a pediatrician doctor.
Awesome.
Nerd
So-
Tanker is going to try and help Scavenger hone his fighting skills. Scavenger has asked, how are you body swapping? But you can't hear him because you're not in your body with the subspace communicator.
I'm just like, I'm a doctor. So I walk into the preemie newborn facility and start gathering as many babies as I can into a shopping cart.
Where do you get a shopping
into
cart?
a medical cart thing, like a donor.
Into a medical cart thing. You know, the ones that they use when they go down the aisles to put in the medication.
Hey, Dr. Soldado, what are you doing with all these babies?
Another doctor approaches you and asks about what you're doing with the babies.
Taking them for fresh air, I say.
Another doctor arrives in addition to that one and says, what? Sorry, that's against policy. I'm going to have to report you to our superiors.
I am the superior.
No, you're not. Nerd Tinker is training Scavenger, it seems. He says, now then, I want to feel your maximum effort, Scavenger. Scavenger said, I turn all of the shoes in the baby killer society into mud.
But how do they know he's at the baby society?
And I'm not.
No. Because he knows that he's a baby killer or whatever. Wait, but you're not in your body.
Yeah.
So, in your unconscious body, your shoes turn to mud.
wait, but I'm not even there. He said he turns them to all in the facility.
In the baby killer society.
But how would they...
Isn't that the Springdale blank? Because you can only go up there if you're a baby killer. Why would they... Sorry, baby drowner.
Right, but that's
are you not also a member of Baby Killer Society
I'm just
as a
freelance.
baby
Yeah,
drowner?
I'm freelance.
Okay,
I
so
do it
not
as a
your
hobby and a
shoes.
passion.
My
Yes.
bad. Okay.
Yeah. So I take.
What would count as one use, Kirby? Also, having shoes turned to mud doesn't give anyone -5 power, Scavenger. I don't know where you got.
So I.
You still got 2 doctors wondering what the heck you're doing.
Yeah.
I start running down the hall with the babies, pushing the babies in the cart.
Fuck.
Call
Report.
security.
Yeah, we should call security. Where's the phone? I mean, I feel like this takes longer than calling 911. So I feel like you could probably outrun them, but once you get to an elevator, you're probably fucked.
Did it say it was on a floor? Like, I could be on the ground floor and just leave.
Roll 1d20 to see what floor you're on.
You're actually on the 20th floor.
Fuck me.
You're on the 16th floor.
Okay. So, alright. Am I near a body
Scavenger
of
said
water?
it took 5 of my
Oh.
uses.
Is the
Jeddah, is he near a body of water?
Why would you use 5 of your uses?
is the hospital next to or on a body of water?
Oh, Kirby mentioned that this session doesn't have much time left. Well, you have 5 minutes. How far away is the hospital from the Springdale Lake?
Roll.
Oh, wait, no. This is just math now. Just find a different body of water. Roll a d20 to see how many miles away you are from the nearest body of water. 18. You're 18 miles away. You're on the 16th floor. Security's being called on you as you speak. You're in an elevator. The only thing that you could transfer your consciousness into would be the elevator itself, one of the elevator buttons, the cart, any one of the babies in the cart, your shoes, because you can be objects.
A
So it's
security
whatever
guard.
you want. They aren't in the elevator.
Okay. Am I in an elevator?
Would you not go to the
No.
Where would you? You're on the
To the
16th
window.
floor. Go to the window then.
Pushes the entire carts of baby through the window. The babies through the window.
And it doesn't. They just fall to the ground.
Now transfer consciousness to the car once it hit the ground.
You hear like the security officers like coming for you. You have like less than 5 minutes.
Okay. Says fuck this, transfers my consciousness back into my body that's up on the base.
What the fuck are you?
So how does damage work?
Kirby said,
For him.
what was that screen?
Does he just have health for each thing that he's possessing?
It hits his, like whenever one of them gets hurt, it hits his collective health.
That doesn't make any sense.
He transfers his consciousness.
Well,
What do you want?
It hurts my
Don't let him
consciousness.
transfer consciousness. Don't make that a power.
Blunts don't act as armor scavengers. You're seeing over your subspace communicator that Nerd Tanker and Scavenger are training. Nerd Tanker's trying to make Scavenger stronger. Kirby's
police
really
still there?
confused.
Because it's been like hours.
Excuse me, maybe a hour.
No, because you said it took me like an hour to fly one place and then like 2
Oh,
hours.
okay,
Yeah,
I
it's
see.
been a minute.
I mean, I guess they're gone, and there's like fans in the diner area, and a lot of stuff got wrecked, so there are people like reconstructing, and they're probably still moving the Honda Civic out of there, and there's like people who are injured and coming back and shit.
Okay.
Kirby said, Mr. Hand, this whole playthrough is bullshit. Don't worry about it. No, he said, Mr. Hand, this whole playthrough is bullshit. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I'm not in this session, so...
It's bullshit. This is my favorite one. Oh my god.
This is your first one.
Yeah, it's my favorite out of the one. So I climbed down the ladder, and I was like, this is a heck of a day. And I go back to my room.
As you walk back into the building, one of the people in the diner says, hey, doesn't he match the description of that guy that got reported for having the crate of babies?
Immediately looks around the entire building and says, hey, it wasn't me. Don't worry, and uses my powers to make myself look to appear to everyone else to look different.
What power?
It convinces everybody.
Why use a convince power? Do you have no better power to disguise yourself?
No.
No.
You have 13 powers.
I can summon a giant Weenie Hut Jr., but I don't feel like that helps. I can turn myself into spaghetti, but that's not gonna help.
Spaghetti, you can literally be anyone. You
Spaghetti.
can move your consciousness. I can be spaghetti. It's like you could just be not you. You could fucking. Let's see.
But then if I get upset.
Yeah, because it's all Jet's fault. That's why I don't have my character sheet.
Let's see. Nerd Tanker said, we are only training so I don't hurt you too hard. Scavenger said, Mr. Hand, why no join? He doesn't have his character sheet. NJ Reese said, hi, I left for like an hour. What did I miss? Like the whole thing. Kirby said, I don't think he has his character sheet. Nerd Tanker said, now where you messed up is your downward swing. Fuck. But anyways, you're going to use a power to convince the building that it's not you.
Yeah.
Okay. You mark that off on your power sheet? You got 8 powers. And then let me check the time. You have 1 minute left.
Okay, so I go to my room, and let me see what I do.
Oh, you have some messages on your phone?
Check the phone.
It's your school being like, hey, you didn't come to class today. Is everything all right? You know.
It calls the dean of the school.
Not currently available. Please leave a message at the beep beep.
Okay.
Beep, 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 beep.
Uses my
Beep beep beep.
power to say, as soon as you hear this message, you're gonna immediately give me my degree from the school, and just say that I was there the whole time.
Mark down
Giving me
1
an
power
alibi.
usage.
Awesome.
Playing a trap spell. What is this card?
So then I hang up the phone, and I summon my Weenie Hut Jr., which would be another one.
You summon a Weenie Hut Jr.?
Yeah.
Where?
In my apartment.
How big did you say it was?
You just said giant.
How big is that?
Like 7 feet tall.
That's not giant.
For Weenie Hut Juniors, it is.
A building or a person?
Just the person, like the
Oh.
mascot. Like the mascot.
Okay, and that's time that you end with a Weenie Hut Jr. in your room.
Yeah.
Your campaign seemed to actually not have a bunch of random stories. It was one random story. Oh shit.
And I was like, that was a heck of a day, wasn't it, Weenie Hut Jr.? And he was like, I haven't been here.
That's. I was gonna say you can't be the voice of Weenie Hut Jr., but I was like, that was pretty accurate.
in today.
Woo. So, we did a lot of prediction videos for what episode 3 would be, and I feel like that no one saw this
I
coming.
wonder why prediction videos don't make any sense.
Dabs.
This is pretty great.
I'm glad you appreciate my character. I'm glad you do.
Nerd Tanker said, what are you smoking, Kirby? It's 1:46. In my time, it's 3:45. Scavenger said, this went the complete opposite.
What was the guess for?
The guess is, how is this the complete opposite of, like, all the other shit? Everything had to do with Jared. This is not the opposite of Jared.
The polar opposite of Jared.
You switching bodies, like, you didn't use any of your other powers for real. You were like,
Well,
I
that was
can
the
switch
most
them.
effective.
And
power.
convincing people.
Yeah.
Pretty solid.
Those are my 2 solid powers.
Why is it that when you were in the hospital and the 2 doctors confronted you,
I
you
didn't
didn't
just
just go, oh, this is normal or whatever? Or why not just have a better excuse? I honestly thought you were just gonna say like, oh, like I'm taking them in for like an appointment or something, like just like something legitimate because I'm a doctor. Like
They needed fresh air, and they got it. I'm not a liar, Chad.
Also, you haven't earned any additional money because you still haven't claimed any of the baby.
But I have it like on my to-do list. It's like, damn. So next game I can collect that money.
What are your predictions? Like, what do you want to do next game to like close like story points?
I'm gonna collect that money. I'm gonna go back to because if there's a society where they're drowning babies and I'm competing with them, I gotta be the top drowner. So I gotta go and get all their babies, and I gotta drown all them and collect all the money for that. Then I'm gonna go back to that hospital, round up the rest of those babies. There are gonna be no babies in this entire town, except one, because there's one of everything. And I'm gonna drown all these babies and collect all the money for it and become vastly wealthy. And I'm gonna use that to convince people.
I zoned out, I'm not gonna lie. Kirby said I might still be screwed up from Scavenger's Blunt, so you might be accurate. And then No Tinker said XD or whatever.
So do you know what I'm gonna do next game?
What are you gonna do next?
Everything.
I'm sorry. They got me. Was Weenie Hut Jr. in the story?
No.
Why not? He's at the end of this. Fucking. It doesn't carry over Weenie Hut Jr.
But I can spawn him whenever I want. Like, it's not even a thing.
But you never. Does your power even say that he goes away?
No.
No, he's my partner at the law firm.
So he's
He has
just
to
there.
go.
You can just summon multiple Weenie Hut Juniors.
He's my friend and partner
Or
at
maybe
the
just
law
the
firm.
same. He'll be at the law firm. You call home and you're like, I guess I'm done with work today.
I'm like, Weenie, I need you now. And he's like, I have a case. I'm in court currently. And I'm like,
Kirby, you can't throw rocks out of a planet's atmosphere into space. Your throws would be godly. Scavenger said, I want to go to Springdale Blank and fill it with pot smoke.
Pit smoke.
Along with throwing a lighter into the fuel systems of the floating. I don't think it
doesn't have a
has
fuel
them.
system, yeah.
Kirby said that was a joke. Jank Heroes itself is a joke. How do I know it's not serious?
Also, you can't get into the thing.
It sounds like if you can fly, you can just get in.
I mean, I'm sure I have
Your security
locks,
system's
like-
pretty bad. Remember the birds? Did they have keys, nigga? Like, I'm sure I have locks. Kirby said it's the inside joke. But yo, yeah, this was really weird. That's what we expect, though.
Yeah.
This is what people come for. Viewers, what did you think of today's episode? I just want to see what time it is. 3:50. Oh, I gotta start rolling.
But it is out in space.
Kirby said it was a clusterfuck. Scavenger said it made me confused. Scavenger probably didn't have a good idea of what your powers were. So when you were swapping bodies, he even asked, like, how are you swapping bodies?
I have a power that lets me swap bodies and convince people. I also have a power that lets me generate or spawn a Weenie Hut Jr., who's my friend and partner at a law firm that I don't work at.
It's weird how people have 13 powers and they'll use like 3. I mean, you used a lot of your. You used.
And I only have 5 powers.
But how many usages do you have?
13.
There you go. What did Nerd Tinker think of today's episode? Scavenger said the fun.
Jed, if you won, I could do a Jank Hero session, possibly.
Ooh, when?
Like, today.
Today, I'm doing like the YouTube club.
But after.
But after, I'm doing laundry because I'm doing Black Panther with Dozer, Serena, and Black David tomorrow, which means I won't be able to hang out with the guys Saturday.
So it's not going to happen for a while then.
Not for a little bit. I should have some time. I have 2 homework assignments to do over the weekend, and
I don't have the weekend.
Fuck, you're right, because you got Publix. I guess next week.
Yeah.
Kirby
Which is basically
said,
what was going to happen with Gerard anyway.
Kirby said, could I have healed Winslow from my planet? What is the sentence for your healing power? Kirby. It's all about semantics.
I would have appreciated it.
You would have appreciated
I would have continued my spree.
Also, Kirby, you wouldn't have known that Winslow had gotten hurt because the subspace communicator doesn't show like his bodies he's swapping to. Winslow hasn't started doing shit like, "Up, I'm gonna swap to my body. Better throw this watch," and then like a nigga catches a watch and then suddenly is Winslow and then puts it on.
I was thinking about doing that with the birds, but then I was like, there's just gonna be birds carrying around a watch, and that's gonna be weird. Then I'm gonna lose the watch, and then I have to like go and find it. I better just keep it on me.
Cool. But thank you all for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like this video, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that bell so you know when we do these live streams. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black One Only, logging out. Peace.
Bye. Bye. Goodbye. Bye.
He says it just heals a target for 12 health. Then yeah, you could have.
Boom. Boom.